Hello everybody, friends, family, viewers, subscribers, new and old, welcome. Now, I present you guys with the kind of video that I didn't expect myself to be making. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I was going to go ahead and keep mum about this because I thought, okay, you know, this right here is common knowledge. We already know what kind of person Verlisify is, but to be perfectly honest with you, this right here has gotten way the hell out of control, so this is why I'm here to address it, because not only is this a video to not only address this person's bad behavior as well as toxicity spreading in the Pokemon community, but also this is a video to state that I stand by Joe Merrick. Now, Joe Merrick, if you guys don't know who he is the webmaster of Cerebi.net, a very, very, very reputable Pokemon news website. I've made a lot of videos where I have used his site as in my opinion, one of the best sources of news that there is. He has never disappointed, the site has never disappointed, and the thing is that Joe Merrick is one of those solid anchors in the Pokemon community. He calls it like he sees it, but the thing is that he refuses to attack anyone just because they have a different opinion, and here's the thing, is that is very admirable, you know? People have disagreements all the time, and that is completely okay. Just leave out the attacks and the negativity. I mean, it's not really that hard to understand, but it seems like for a certain someone, it is. So, why I stand with Joe Merrick is simply because of the fact that he is 100% a cool dude, and 100%, you know, right down the middle. Like I said, he calls it like he sees it, and here's the thing, is that the difference between him and Verlis, who wants to act like he's a saint in the Pokemon community, when really he's one of the worst things for the Pokemon community, is the fact that Joe has never attacked anyone. He's never had witch hunting mentalities. Like, he has never wielded his fan base like a weapon. He's never taken anything or anyone for granted. And the thing is also is that, you know, he has actually never blocked anybody either because of the fact that, you know, he's an adult and not a man-child. And the thing is that I've even seen Joe Merrick have disagreements with people before. But you know something, is that they've always remained casual. They've always remained without any negativity or any form of consequence for either parties. And here's the thing, is that while I said that, you know, Joe Merrick is blunt, you know, he is also honest as well. And, you know, he doesn't attack you over having a different opinion. He'll correct you, yeah, but he's not going to attack you. Unlike Verlis, on the other hand, who not only attacks you, who not only name calls you, but there's a possibility that, you know, he could get his fans after you, you know, in a little miniature witch hunt. And also, you don't even have to interact with this individual and he'll end up blocking you. So it's just like, seriously, you know, I honestly don't even need to state that part right there, as I'm sure there are thousands of people that will end up vouching that point for me. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so in this portion of the video here, we're going to be navigating through Twitter quite a bit, because there is a lot of information and a lot to talk about here. Now, right off the top, I want to say please do not go out of your way to attack this individual. Just because I'm using this tweet as a point of reference, this isn't an attack. And you guys shouldn't be attacking this individual either, because quite frankly and quite simply put, this individual doesn't know any better, at least not yet. So, it all started, okay? It all started with this joke right here. So, we click on the image, right? We just wait for the image to load. So, look at this. So, Joe Merrick says, "This is my lanyard. It was blocking my awesome t-shirt." PokeJungle says, "I don't judge." A-Drive says, "Welcome back, Celebi Pack." So, you know, that's kind of like a play on words with Welcome Back, Wolf Pack. Okay, so, you know, kind of joking around a little bit here. And Joe Merrick says, "Can you delete this real quick?" Now, if you guys are wondering where that joke came from, you know, it's been a meme in the community for quite a while now. But basically, it all goes back to when Verlisify asked a source to delete some tweets that had information on it so that other people couldn't make videos on it as well, and only he was supposedly allowed. So basically, he was engaging in more false censorship, you know, when it comes to that as well. But anyways, this right here, you know, this is Joe Merrick just joking around, because honestly, you know, at this point right here, Verlis has basically become the toilet bowl of the Pokemon community. And what I mean by that is that everyone makes jokes at his expense, and you're probably thinking, well, wait a second, you know, that's kind of not cool, you know, it's a form of bullying. Well, here's the thing, okay? The thing is that it only goes so far, okay? When you bring things upon yourself, when you do some of the most scummiest things that any person could ever do inside and outside of a community, then here's the thing, is that this is a little something called getting a little taste of your own medicine. You know, this is you getting your own comeuppance. But with that said, though, we have ourselves quite the thread right here. So let's go ahead and let's scroll down here. So this individual says, so Verlis is allowed to directly insult other PokeTubers, but Joe can't even make a goddamn joke. And yeah, as you see right here, this got a lot of likes. And this individual, you know, this tweet right here got a few likes. So, I mean, you know, people probably saw it as, you know, like Joe Merrick was probably bullying or whatever, but no, here's the thing, is that Joe is allowed to make a joke, okay? And after all the stuff that has happened between him and Verlis, you know, this right here is just him blowing off steam, and any normal human being would do the same thing, if not react much worse, but all Joe did was crack a joke rather than crack insults. You know, there's a big difference. So then Verlis here actually decides to continue to take the piss out of Joe by saying, and I quote, I don't know why Joe has been extra salty recently. It is also clear that I'm getting to Dan because he knows he is being a scumbag. These interactions are why the community is just wrecked. No, the community is wrecked because of your toxic attitude. And the thing is also, is I don't know why you have such an obsession with attacking Dan, but it needs to stop. Seriously, you need to shut your mouth and you need to stop. Now, also, this right here, okay? This right here is the tweet that really kind of set the whole thing in motion. Still haven't done anything wrong, yet others choose to entertain liars, which only hurts the community. Still haven't done anything wrong. Bullshitter alert. You have done plenty wrong, and every single time that someone points it out to you, whether it be respectful or not, you have constantly played mental gymnastics, played the victim, and you would inevitably block them. Like I said, you know, this person doesn't even have to have any interactions with you, and you could block them, which I'll be getting into a little bit later on here in this video. Still haven't done anything wrong. Oh, buddy. Believe me when I say that the gloves are still on, because if I really want to take the gloves off, man, I could list off a ton of things that you have done wrong to me personally, but this isn't about me, okay? This right here is to address an in-general problem in the community, okay? It's as Duncan said, you know, you went from being a little bit of an asshole and being a problem in the community to being someone that is just a huge problem now at this point. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and let's get on with the thread right here. Joe Merrick says, you block my girlfriend, you clickbaited, and then accuse others of being wrong of the same. You make leaps and then accuse others of clickbaiting when they make leaps. I try to be Switzerland, but you keep making things harder and harder. Now, this right here got a lot of support because of the fact that, you know, Joe Merrick is inevitably right. He's correct. Like, the thing is that Joe, or I should say Verlis, has actually blocked Joe's girlfriend over cracking a little joke. Now, this right here, I think this is where things really started to unravel between Joe and Verlis here. And here's the thing, is that, you know, Verlisify has clickbaited to hell. He has clickbaited so many of his damn videos that it's not even funny. And yet he wants to go and act like a saint and try to call out others for quote-unquote clickbaiting and doing essentially the same thing that Verlis is doing himself. It's like, Verlis recognizes that there's a problem in the community, but he has yet to realize that he himself is the problem. Now, of course, Verlis here decides to make more smart-ass remarks by saying, we already went over the girlfriend thing, and I don't clickbait. Bullshit and bullshit again. You do clickbait, and here's the thing, is that you honestly really need a wake-up call. You either need to shape up, or you need to get the hell out of the community, because honestly, it's this kind of toxicity right here that does destroy communities. And you know what? I will say this, it's like, you are right about the state of the community. The thing is that, you know, the community is filled with toxicity because you're constantly spreading it around. That's what you're doing, you know. If you weren't around, or if you weren't having such a negative impact on the community, then the community would be one of the best things that there is. But aside from all that, I will say that the community is still great because of the fact that a lot of the community is united against you and realize the fact that you are in fact the problem. And when you are constantly trying to attack and suck other people in for fights and for dramas and constantly fanning the drama flames, that's where people start to get really pissed off and really have it with your shit. So to continue on, the people that I call out aren't making any leaps. They are just putting intentionally fake/false information to make people think it's real, which I haven't done. You can't see it, people, but I am face-palming hardcore right now. This is honestly beyond ridiculous. This is a lie in and of itself right here. I don't think we even need to entertain that any further. I think anyone that has 2 working brain cells can actually figure that out, you know? He has, in fact, intentionally misled people with false information, and the thing is that, you know, a lot of what he's done, yeah, it is leaps. You know, he's been wrong about things before. Now, to continue on here, Joe Merrick says, "You have made my life difficult." Ooh. Okay, this right here, this is where I cringed a bit. I'm just like, oh god, here we go. Like, when you have someone as composed as Joe telling you that straight up, you know for a fact that you're the problem. I have had people link me to videos like your EV evolution 99% confirmed, one as evidence of it. It's a pain. You say that you are the only honest PokeTuber. Please act like it. Be good, be better, be true. And even through all of that, you know, Joe is trying to get some goodwill out of Verlis. He's trying to find some redeeming factors of Verlis so that perhaps Verlisify can reform and actually be a better person. Now, of course, Verlis here fires back, and he's like, when have I not been good or true? How about when you mock mental illness? How about when you tell your fans to drink base liquids? How about when you have made sexist remarks against female PokeTubers? How about when you have compared of the majority of the Pokemon community to Nazism? Yeah, I could keep going here. That 99.9% Eevee video was an informed prediction. Nothing clickbait about that. I'm not desperately using every fake leak with a fake Mon thumbnail to deceive people. Do we seriously need to throw a screenshot up here? I guess we do. I guess we do. Mr. I don't use any fake mons. Look at this. Yeah, you used fake mons. And here's the thing, is that you want more screenshots? Boom, here you go. We have ourselves more examples of fake mons being used. Mr. I'm not desperately using every fake leak with the fake mon thumbnail to deceive people. Yeah, you have deceived a lot of people with your clickbait trash, Verlis. So to continue on here, new Lugia form in Switch game is another example. You block people just for liking my tweets who have no other interactions with you. Try to be the best that you can be and be above it. Be a great person. And like, look, again, it's like, you know, Joe is being pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. Like a spring, okay? It's constantly being pushed. And eventually that spring is going to push back. And it's only going to be a matter of time before Joe is pushing back, which is exactly what he's doing, but he's doing so in a very classy way. And even still, he's trying to get good out of Verlis, but it's like Verlis is just knocking off every single opportunity he can to reform and be a good person and be, you know, like, redeemable in this situation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this real quick, is that there is a lot of things that go on just in this thread alone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link you guys to this thread so that way you guys can read it at your own leisure, whether I am going through it fast or going through it too slow, depending on what your guys' reading speed is. But anyways, guys, we have more to talk about, so let's keep going. So in the next portion here of this video, I want to talk about Verlisify and his blocking spree, right? So we're here on Twitter, and we did a little search right here, and look at the results, okay? Just look at the results that we're seeing right here. Like, this is just a few of many, many results, but I want to go over this real quick. We have this person, Taylor, saying, at VerlisWolf, I don't block people for having a different opinion. So this person is quoting what Verlisify has said. Then you block me for defending someone's right to have a different opinion. Verlisify, this is why you are hated in the community. And that is correct. And this right here is exactly why Verlis is hated, is because of the fact that the guy he does not know how to mind his mouth. He does not know the fact that there are people who have different opinions than him. You know, he's not holier than thou. You know, he's not, you know, the saint of the community. He's not always right, okay? You know, it's honestly really, really, really funny how big Verlisify's ego is. It's probably almost as big as his block list. I'm just going to say that much right off the top of my head. You know, this is just honestly really bad that Verlisify can say one thing, but then do something contradictory and hypocritical to completely destroy what he just said, and then he's going to play mental gymnastics and play the victim, and then at the end of it, finish you off with that good old block. You know, that's what he has done to hundreds of people. And here's another example. Jordan Warren says, so yesterday I was paging through Verlisify's tweets and stumbled upon one that said that he does not block people who have small disagreements. I asked him about why he blocked a friend of mine, and I did not even get a response, just an instant ban. I didn't even have a disagreement and got banned by him, WTF. So, yeah, that right there is just another example of the fact that Verlisify just instantly blocks you the moment, you don't even have to be a threat to his channel, and guess what? Boom, you end up getting blocked. So, we have ourselves more examples of Verlisify blocking actually friends of Joe Merrick here, and we have ourselves some links right here, and I'm going to be linking you guys to everything that you need to see and that is talked about here in this video in the description box down below, so that way there is nothing missed here. And we even have this little fun nugget right here that says, I think it was because I liked a tweet Joe Merrick made. So, like, you don't even have to interact with him. Like I said, you don't even have to interact with Verlisify to be blocked. All you gotta do is just simply like a tweet from someone that either he has a problem with or that he doesn't like, and bam, instant block. And this right here is the kicker as well. I've heard he actually blocked his own brother for liking someone's comment that Verlis didn't like. So, yeah, when you even have family blocking family, then you know for a fact that there is definitely a big problem, like even bigger than what we could ever have imagined. So, with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you know, there was a lot of talk about here in the Twitter portion here of the video. I hope you guys were able to keep up with all of that. Because believe me when I say, man, it's just, everything is just, it is a big mess. It is honestly a big mess, and this is something that the community does not need. Verlisify, you need to shape up or get the hell out of the community, because honestly, man, it's like, this is just beyond inappropriate, and the fact that you are spreading all this negativity and toxicity, you have people that look up to you that are either going to do one of two things. They're either going to mimic that toxicity and that sort of bad behavior and keep on making the problem worse, or they're going to turn on you. And the thing is, Verlis, is that you've actually been losing followers on Twitter. And the reason? Well, it's because of the fact that not only have you blocked people, but you even have your own fans that want the old you back, that are sick of this dramatic shit that you are constantly about, that you are constantly causing, you are constantly fanning the flames of drama, and that seems like that's the only way that you can keep yourself relevant these days is with clickbait, with hypocrisy, and with drama. So, getting back to Joe Merrick and Joe Merrick directly. Joe, I want to say that you are a very classy gentleman, and I salute you with the way that you've been handling yourself in this situation, because the thing is that anyone else that would be caught up in a situation like that would, you know, their patience would be wearing very thin, and I gotta say that you are someone with a lot of patience. So I want to say that this is another reason why I respect you, is because of the fact that even in the face of adversity, even in the face of conflict, you find a way to handle it with class and with respect. And this is also why I recommend you guys to follow Joe Merrick, because the guy is an incredible source of information when it comes to Pokemon, and he's also just an all-around genuinely good dude. So Joe, keep doing what you're doing, my friend. You know, keep your head up, stay strong always, and keep handling things the way that you've been handling things, especially with someone who is as difficult and problematic as Verlisify. You know, you have had my respect before, but I gotta say, after seeing the way that you've handled things with this guy, you've got nothing but the utmost respect from me. So I want to say, you know, thank you for being an inspiration, and thank you for, you know, being a good example as to what sort of role model we need in the community. And I want to say, you are a hell of a good role model, and I look up to you, and I salute you big time. So guys, with all that being said, there really isn't much else to say here in this video. In fact, well, actually, there is one more thing that I gotta say. Take a look at this. Now, if this isn't an attack, if this isn't an ego trip, I don't know what the hell is. I mean, you want to talk about Joe drinking Kool-Aid, man? Man, the only Kool-Aid that anyone's drinking is Verlis. You're drinking your own damn Kool-Aid because you think that you're above everybody and anyone else, but yet the moment that someone challenges you, even remotely, even respectfully, it's like, all of a sudden you go on this big powered ego trip and you end up doing everything you can to not only humiliate that person, but also to make it look like that you were in the right the entire time, when in actuality, you have been wrong more often than you have been right. So you want to talk about drinking Kool-Aid, man? It's like, seriously, you're the one that needs to stop sipping your own damn Kool-Aid because of the fact that you have been a problem in the community, and Joe just wants to see better of you, and this is your response. It's like you block people close to him and you are constantly attacking Joe. It's like, you know, turning on Joe is one of the worst things that you have ever done, Verlis, and to be honest with you, it's like you have spiraled so far out of control that honestly, it really blows my mind how you have all these followers, all these supporters here on your YouTube channel, which I kind of wonder, how do you get all those followers? How does someone as problematic and as controversial as yourself, who is nothing more than a bigoted bully, have over 430,000 people subscribe to you on YouTube? Like, how the hell is that even possible, you know? It just kind of makes me think about that, you know, but I'm not going to make any sort of false accusations or anything like that, because unlike you, Verlisify, I'm not going to be falsely accusing you of anything, because there actually has to be proof first before we can say whether or not someone has botted. Yeah, I'm talking about the fact that you have also accused Pimp Knight of botting you as well, which you have absolutely no conclusive evidence, you know? Maybe also it's the fact that the reason why you've been getting so many dislikes on your videos is because of the fact that Pimp Knight has a good core audience, and you pissed off his core audience, so they simply lashed out at you while you barely left a dent in his. Anyways, this is a long-ass video, so now I gotta blow off some steam and get to the gym, so I hope you have yourself a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so very much for watching. Please share this video, and also, I should have said this at the beginning, please come up with your own informed opinions. You know, don't agree with me for the sake of agreeing with me, because I am who I am. You know, if you disagree with me, then please say what it is you disagree with me about, and if you agree with me, then say what it is you agree with me about. You know, I want this to be 100% down the middle, even though this video probably didn't come off as 100% down the middle, but that's because of the fact that this video, like, what I showcased is completely lopsided, you know? You got Verlisify constantly being in the wrong, and even going as far as attacking Joe freaking Merrick, of all people, you know? I don't think it gets any more lopsided than that, and that is something that it's really hard to be down the middle about when you're talking about something like that, and, you know, just saying, it's like, look, it's like, Verlis has no legs to stand on, and that's exactly it. He has absolutely no legs to stand on. The guy is more desperate than a burglar that just got caught by the police with no legs to stand on. So, have yourself a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.